We're tracking the investigation into a body found on a missing man's property.
A Lexington woman was hospitalized after a dog attack. Animal Control tells us they've been to that home before.
He says it's going to take the whole community. In a WKYT exclusive, we'll show you how one man is trying to change the culture at Bryan Station High School.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 6.
Good evening. A tragic discovery. Investigators found a body during the search for a missing man.
They made the discovery on the man's property on Jones Knob Road in Pulaski County. While they wait for confirmation on who the body belongs to, they've made 2 arrests in the disappearance. WKYT's Garrett Weimer is tracking the investigation in our top story at 6.
Edward Van Wormer's home here on Jones Knob Road remains a crime scene as investigators wait on results from the medical examiner to determine whether or not the body found here was in fact his. The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office says a friend reported Van Wormer missing on the 15th. The search for him brought investigators here to his home with a search warrant on Wednesday. That's when investigators say they found the body of a middle-aged man on the property. Deputies say Van Wormer's son, Jedediah Van Wormer, and his son's girlfriend, Amanda Braddock, lived in the home with Van Wormer at the time, but investigators tracked them down in North Carolina and arrested them for tampering with physical evidence.
2 of our detectives from the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office went to North Carolina, met with the North Carolina Richmond County Sheriff's Office, and with their SWAT team or with a group of officers surrounded the house and took these 2 individuals into custody without further incident.
Braddock and Jedediah Van Wormer are being held in Richmond County, North Carolina, but I'm told they will be extradited back here to answer the charges they now face. In Pulaski County, Garrett Weimer, WKYT.
The medical examiner's autopsy was scheduled for today. The deputy says he expects to have results within the next 24 hours.
A man ends up shot after waking up to find 2 intruders in his home. The break-in and shooting happened about 9:30 this morning on Mount Foraker Drive off Mount McKinley Way. It also sent 2 nearby schools into high alert. WKYT Sam Smith talked to neighbors who say the crime makes them nervous.
Police say a man living here woke up this morning with 2 strangers in his home, and one of those men shot him.
It's a surprise. That's how quiet this neighborhood is.
I don't know, it kind of makes you nervous because it was so close. Like, it's 2 houses down, and nothing like that's really happened over here before.
Police say the victim was able to call 911 after he was shot. They haven't said how many times he was shot. Neighbors say they heard at least 2 gunshots. Police say another home on this street was burglarized recently. They say the suspect descriptions in that case match the descriptions in this case.
I might consider calling, you know, for some sort of home security program or something. But, you know, what are you going to do? If you're not home, you're not home. And if you are home, you're asleep.
Police haven't said if anything was taken from the house.
Who expects this to happen in the morning? You expect it to happen at night.
They want people to know that these types of crimes can happen at any point in the day, and neighbors should look out for each other.
People don't understand that, you know, we do have a lot of burglaries in the daytime. We don't just have burglaries at night. All you can do really is just be diligent about locking things up.
In Lexington, Sam Smith, WKYT.
Seton Catholic School and Squires Elementary School were both under a heightened alert following the shooting. The schools were back to normal by noon.
A Pulaski County father will spend 10 years in prison after his 2nd DUI charge. In 2013, Jimmy Jasper admitted to crashing his car while driving drunk and on drugs. The crash seriously injured his daughter, Jaden. He received probation at Jaden's request. She was there today as a judge told him he'll now have to serve his original 10-year sentence.
He's a great guy. He really is. He's a wonderful father. He's a good man, but like so many others, when he's drinking, he's a different person. And we just, you know, alcoholism is a sickness, and it affects everyone, not just the person who's drinking.
Jasper apologized to Jaden and his wife during the hearing. He'll get credit for time served. Jurors have started deliberations in the trial of a former Lexington firefighter accused of a hit and run. Police say Jared McCargo backed into Noel Espino outside the beer trap last September. The Herald Leader reports McCargo testified today he thought he hit a pole and was devastated when police told him he hit a person. Espino suffered critical injuries and lost his left leg.
A dog attack left one woman seriously injured this morning. It happened inside the woman's home on Woodward Lane in Lexington. We're told that she was breaking up a fight between the dogs when she was attacked. As WKYT's Victor Puente shows us, neighbors say they're not surprised by what happened.
Animal control officers tell us they've been to this home before. Now the woman who lives here is in the hospital after they say she tried to stop two dogs from fighting.
This was blood-curdling, screaming, yelling, dog barking. It sounded like 10 dogs going off.
Stephen Shaw says the screams that came from this home led neighbors to call 911 and led him to see if he could help. The former EMT says the woman who lives at this home was attacked by one of her dogs.
The dogs were so aggressive they ran everybody out of the house.
Animal control officers say the attack happened after the woman tried to break up two dogs that were fighting. A woman staying at the home says that dog attacked her mother's dog, then attacked its owner.
When I looked at my mom's dog, I picked up a table and I screamed for my mom and I said, "Move."
Another neighbor says the dog that bit the woman is the same dog that killed his Jack Russell Terrier when he was dropping off some fencing to its owner.
I hope they run him out of Kentucky. They can run him out of the United States as far as I care, but I hope they run him out of Fayette County in Kentucky.
Animal control confirmed they had responded to this home before.
And these dogs have attacked and killed two other dogs on the street. They've attacked two other people on the street. We have done everything we can to try to get, animal control to do something about this.
The woman who was attacked was taken to UK hospital. Officers say her injuries were severe, but not life-threatening. In Lexington, Victor Puente, WKYT.
Animal control officers say because the person injured was the dog's owner and it happened inside the home, they would not be taking that dog. As far as the weather, the dry weather is about to come to an end.
Sounds like it. Rain will push into the area overnight. WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is here now to show us what is on the way for us.
Yeah, big area of low pressure across the southeastern seaboard, guys, going against the grain, so it's going to come at us from east to west. Normally we get our weather from west to east around here. We look at the winds right now, and they're spiraling around this area of low pressure. Those winds piling up in the atmosphere, creating a lot of clouds and a lot of rain. The overall flow, again, is going to bring whatever's down here back to the west and the northwest over the next couple of days. Starting to see those clouds already into parts of southeastern Kentucky. Nearest rains are still across sections of North Carolina into South Carolina. Here in a couple of hours, we'll get some rains into parts of East Tennessee. Then very late tonight, southeastern Kentucky will get the first drops into the bluegrass state. Then the showers will overspread the rest of the area as we go throughout your Friday. Starting to see the clouds already filling on in ahead of the big East Coast storm. So again, showers arrive tomorrow from east to west. Best chance will come late in the day tomorrow into tomorrow night, and some scattered stuff will hang tough into the weekend. Coming up in a little bit, we'll look at some of the rainfall numbers that will show some areas trying to squeeze out a much-needed inch of rain before the weekend is over. I say some areas. We'll show you who has the best shot just ahead.
Lexington's Bryan Station High School is currently under the microscope following a warning that if the school doesn't improve, the state will take over. While the principal admits the school has its fair share of issues, he says it does get a bad rap. As Miranda Combs shows us in a WKYT exclusive, the principal says it's going to take the whole community to turn things around.
Good morning. Morning. This is a short change. It's about 800 kids in the hallway, roughly.
It's not just a numbers game.
Can we get those headphones up for me?
But there are plenty of stats against him.
Get that hood off for me.
We watched James McMillan during a morning class change at Bryan Station High School. That student that took his hood off put it right back on.
I've been here 29 days. Hey guys, if you're late to class, make sure you make your way to the tardy table. It's up front. And I've been cussed out on the phone by parents and, you know, not liking decisions I've made and things I've done. You doing all right, man? How you doing today? Hey, will you get that hood off for me? Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you, sir. There's a trust that we have to build with parents and the community. I thought it was awesome that we were having those conversations, letting kids tell their stories this morning, so they know that we're in it for their students.
A converted conference room is his office, covered in goals and paperwork.
Most times when we come and interview somebody, they immediately clean off their desk, and you did not even attempt to do that.
Before you guys got here, there was a whole bunch of people in here, and we were talking. We were strategizing on what's the next steps. We're talking about walkthroughs right now.
Right now, though, he's the principal of a high school being watched very closely by the state because Bryan Station is one of the lowest performing high schools in the area.
Your big goal right now is to get the state off your back, right?
No, that wouldn't be my big goal. My big goal is to change the educational culture here, because if we do those things, everything else takes care of itself.
The blueprints are plainly posted for everyone, and it's everyone he's after.
To change what we've got going on, not only here, but on the north side of town, Winburn, Crawford, William Wells Brown, Mary Todd, Bryan Station Middle School, like, it's got to be a community partnership with not only Fayette County Public Schools, but with Lexington in general.
This fight was one of 22 reported at Bryan Station last year. That was more than the total amount of assaults at all other Lexington high schools.
How many fights have you had this year?
Off the top of my head that I can think of, maybe 3 or 4.
And he says those have been outside, before or after school. Changes have happened on the inside. Teachers are now required to be in the halls during class change.
All teachers are on our hands on deck. They're greeting kids. They're having conversations with them. They're building those relationships.
We were there for 3 class changes.
We have 1,796, so roughly 1,800 kids are exchanging classes right now.
Check out the student in black. He passes our camera several times. 2 of those times, he made an obscene gesture to our camera. We told McMillan about it.
That's the piece that we've got to instill some of these morals and things that are going away. So, and again, it's not Bryan Station. I keep saying that. That could have happened at any school in this state.
He says the media attention on Bryan Station is warranted considering the state's scathing report last school year. But he says the attention is felt by his students.
We are hearing from parents that there are problems, altercations going on, and we respond to that.
We've got to build that trust. Like, I kind of look at this school, and I start all my emails to staff and to parents, you know, Bryan Station family. We've got to build that family relationship that when something happens here, we keep it in the family.
He says he doesn't know yet if he will apply to be permanent principal.
Everything going all right in here?
Not because he's unsure of his ability to change the future here, but because, like any family, everyone needs to fit.
We've got a lot to do. We've got a lot to do.
McMillan was appointed by Superintendent Manny Kalk to be interim principal at Bryan Station. If he wants to be the permanent principal, he'll still have to apply like everyone else. When I asked if he will apply, he said he won't make that decision until January. Miranda Combs, WKYT.
Bryan Station is a Title I school, which means the school has a high population of low-income students.
All right, we've got our race shirts, our race numbers. So we're asking you, are you ready to race for the cure? We here at WKYT are gearing up for the annual race in Lexington, and tonight there's a special event going on to get you ready as well.
That there is. The Pink Out Festival is going on right now at Whitaker Bank Ballpark. It is the kickoff event to Komen Lexington's annual Race for the Cure that draws thousands of runners to downtown to help fight breast cancer. Organizers say today's Pink Out Festival is a way to get you pumped.
Well, today is the day to get hyped up for the Race for the Cure, which is next Saturday, October 3rd. And today we have vendors set up, come out, do a little shopping. We have registration, pick up your team packets, and have fun.
The Pink Out Festival runs till 8 o'clock tonight. If you can't make it out, you can always register online at KomenLexington.org.